From the News Talk STL studios in St. Louis, it's the Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. On tonight's episode, comedian Chrissy Mayr, political party shaker-upper Dave Robertson, and the Right Mind studio band Mitch Murphy and the Murphy Tones. Now putting the fun in your dysfunctional world, here's your host, Todd Showalter.
Boy, I've got to tell you, my friend, I think I'm going through a major life change.
Like puberty or something
you
better?
know, you just stole my...
Postpartum puberty?
Here's the thing that happened, okay? If you remember last week, I was losing my voice, okay? It was like, it was all over the board, and then all of a sudden it was gone. And then later on throughout the weekend, it started coming back little by little, and then it would go away, and then it would get deeper and lower. And as you just said, I think I'm going through puberty.
Oh, that's exciting when the balls drop and everything becomes like a pretty lady. Like everything looks like a pretty lady. You see a street lamp and you just start hugging it, or a flagpole like Trump.
That is not
You just hug it real
yet.
close.
No,
and you're like,
no,
what a pretty lady.
No, but I don't grow facial hair, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that maybe now that I'm going through puberty, okay, that maybe I can have a mustache and a beard.
You know, we were talking about the old horseshoe mustache that all the firemen have.
Oh, yeah.
And now the firemen are in big trouble. The tornado came through, killed 5 people, and the lady at the fire department said, I don't think I know military time. What time's this tornado coming? And they were like, 13. Wait, 3. Wait, 15.
Yeah.
And now, someone's on paid leave. They get a paid vacation because of 5 dead bodies.
Well, and not only that, here's the thing. They were explaining it. Now, right in front of you on this board, this complicated radio board that you operate, almost like an airline pilot. You have lots of buttons on this thing, lots and lots of buttons, and they're colorful buttons, and they're lit up, and I don't know if they make sounds or not, but her job, is to push this button, okay, to send off, to play the alarm, okay, so that everybody knows a tornado is coming. That is her job, and she couldn't figure out she wasn't there to push the button.
One lady at SEMA, well, that sounds like where your kid goes to school, but it's like the Center for Environmental Management or whatever. She was at a training in a whole different building and couldn't get to the button. So she called the fire department, and that lady was like, I don't know military time.
Right.
And even if she would have pushed the button was broke.
It was broken.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable.
How is the button broken? What is the button even? Is it like a black box?
Does it even exist? It's like the bat button with Commissioner Gordon or something. But here's the thing. She's at a workshop, okay? And so she misses this whole tornado coming into the city. Was the workshop all about how to push a button?
It was all about what to do in case a tornado comes. And she was like, oh, that's rotten timing. Oh, well, everyone they'll understand.
Right.
I was getting smarter at this training.
Exactly. And how do you get hired for that? I mean, they give you like an application, and during your interview, they say, hey, do you know how to push a button? And then I think most people do. And it sounds like an easy gig to get. And she messed up not pushing a button.
They say the last time we had a tornado this deadly in the city of St. Louis was 60 years. So the next time she's going to get to practice what she learned, she'll be dead. The next tornado's coming 60 years from now. They're like clockwork. And she's like, everything I learned at the training session, I'm going to have to put that in my will and bequeath it to someone.
And then it won't even be a button. Then it'll be a knob. Okay.
It'll be AI. Weather balloon. We'll just think about it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wow. Well, it was quite a tornado we had. I mean, it came through and it ripped up a whole bunch of buildings, and it was really quite terrible. Now, were you affected by it?
I had no idea how close I was to dying. Yeah. Well, my girl was pretty close to dying. I was fine. I was here at Westport Plaza. Great parking garage across the street. My car was over there.
Sure.
Our building wasn't even touched.
Right.
Oh, so lucky. But my girl works from home. Across the street from Forest Park, and that is where the tornado started.
Oh, wow.
It got rocked. My neighborhood of Dogtown got rocked. I mean, there were power line poles split in thirds.
Right.
The top half was hanging over here, the middle half was hanging over there, and the bottom half was still in the ground and just bent over like a toothpick. Trees down everywhere. Yeah. Forest Park isn't going to recover for a long time.
Oh, no. And the animals at the zoo.
They could have got out.
They couldn't get. And can you imagine? What did the elephants do? And you have giraffes. I mean, the giraffes are probably way up there saying, hey, there's a tornado coming, because they can see way up over the trees. And I mean, can you imagine the confusion going on at the zoo?
There were people who were hired that do tree eliminations and cut them downs, and they were brought into the zoo, and they said that the big cat country where the tigers and the lions live, there were trees that actually tipped over and created a ramp where they easily could have got out.
Get out of here.
And the tree limb cutters had to get in there with their chainsaws.
Yeah.
And they were ready with guns and chainsaws in case they got attacked. But
How
they had to
cool
get in
is
there,
that?
cut the trees real quick, and make sure that the tigers stayed in the pen. What a movie.
And none of this would have happened if she had just pushed the button.
I don't know, maybe. It probably would have happened.
Probably
of the people that died were actually crushed by their home. They were inside their home.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
got crushed. So, I mean, nothing you can do about that. But, people like Ken, who produces the Vic Porcelli show, he was outside at the Muni taking pictures for a wedding that he was officiating. I mean, he could have got scooped up by the tornado.
He was officiating a wedding during That's a
Muni.
That's a bad sign. Now, if you're getting married and all of a sudden a tornado comes through and knocks over all the trees, I think maybe you may want to reconsider this wedding, don't you?
Isn't it ironic?
It is ironic. If I were a Ken, I would have said, hey, I'm not big on signs, but if I was, this is a pretty good one. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And then they even have a place in Forest Park called the Jewel Box, and the whole thing's made of glass. I mean, what a bad idea. How did they come up with the idea of making a whole building out of glass over
You know
there?
what else I call the Jewel Box? Oh, I can't say that. Anyway,
but the butterfly house, that's also another one of these glass boxes.
Yes.
The little butterfly house in the zoo. Boop, tree fell over, butterflies escaped. Nothing of importance was
all
really
the butterflies
lost. They've been trying to get out for decades.
Well, we had that guy on. Remember, we had the guy on. What was that about? We had the guy, but we were talking about the cicadas. The cicadas. Mm-hmm. And I was talking about how funny it would be to actually go into the butterfly house with a can of Raid, just as a joke, okay? But which didn't go over too well. But now you're saying they all got loose.
Yeah, the butterfly house at the zoo, they got loose. And then I bet some moths are in there now. Like, we have beautiful butterflies. Now they're just throwing stupid moths in there to trick everyone.
What a living hell. We've really had a week here, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. This is about as exciting as when I saw the Mission Impossible movie. It's supposed to be the final one in the series. And the big final plot scene is about them cutting wires and pushing buttons. It's just like the tornado.
Pushing buttons?
Yeah, that's the whole plot of this 3-hour freaking snooze fest is pushing a button. I mean, I had the real thing happening here in St. Louis. I could have watched that instead of this Tom Cruise guy plane walking.
Well, and not only that, I bet you didn't have butterflies escaping and things like that either, did it?
Not one butterfly was in Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning.
You see, that's why I'm saying reality sometimes is so much better than fiction. Mm-hmm. Our fact is better than fiction, something like that. I'm going to get back to my little puberty
But
thing,
real quick, everything
in
in my house perfectly untouched.
Oh, really?
Across the street, people were without power for 3 days. I, Good Samaritan, ran an extension cord from my house to the people across the street.
Well, that's because of your white privilege. Like that guy that I sent you that text. You know, I have this idiot that always likes to insult
top contributor on the Todd Showalter Facebook page.
Yeah, he's like, my cartoons go out, and this guy. I mean, there are certain people on the left that
He must be using AI like in Mission Impossible to attack you. How is he so quick with these pictures of poop that look like you barely?
Yeah, well, that's another thing. He did a picture of poop with my name on it. But they have three things. Okay, so it doesn't matter what the cartoon is about, okay? But you're either a racist, a Nazi, or a white supremacist. And it doesn't matter what the topic is, okay? So what I do a cartoon about Bruce Springsteen, that goofball.
Famous white guy.
Yeah, famous.
Making fun of a famous white guy.
I'm making fun of him, and he sends me this thing. First, he goes, you're a white supremacist with a picture of a poop with my name on it. And I'm like, first of all, how am I a white supremacist? And two, that's a very big poop. There's no way I could have made that. Anyway, it just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
I love when he puts the glasses on it, though. The sunglasses.
He put glasses on the poop. He put and the time he spent doing this. But come up with some new names. I mean, call me a boogerhead or something like that. I mean, 3 names. That's all they have. Back to the puberty story, though. It has nothing. This whole thing with my voice had nothing to do with puberty. And the thing is, I want to just. I know why you're kind of going off in these different areas because you don't want to talk about the fact at hand here that you still, my friend, are suffering from a horrible cold, and it's like your birthday weekend, and I feel this horrible that you're in misery.
Well, it started upon my girl's birthday weekend. That was in early May, and it's just continued. I've gone to the doctor. I've gotten amoxicillies, and it made me extra silly, so it did work.
Well, it does work.
And then I got these giant blue pills. I don't think they were Viagra because I was in bed by myself. So I mean,
did you get a stiffy?
I didn't get a stiffy.
Oh, then
it's like opposite Viagra or something. I don't know what it was. And now I've got this little voice thing I'm taking anti-mucus pills.
Yeah, what kind?
They're the good
DM.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, the DM.
And now it's making me have drainage. Like there will be blood.
Yeah, well,
I drink your milkshake to get better.
You sound great. I mean,
Thank you.
this new sound that you've got going for you. I mean, it's very Barry White. You may want to like sing. I said Barry White in case that was a little like.
Can't get enough of your love, babe.
I can't tell. I can't tell the difference.
Well,
I
he's
can't tell.
dead.
Can I be one of the Pips? I mean, I'll be one of the Pips in the background, and you be Barry White.
Toot toot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. It's your big birthday weekend. I'm not going to make it all about you because I am. But it's a big milestone, isn't it? It's a big milestone.
Big 4-0.
Big 4-0.
There's no number higher.
Okay.
They stopped counting after that.
Right. I mean, is that how do you feel about that? Because some people have these milestone birthdays and they're like, oh wow, my life, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't skydived with a brick. I mean, are you one of these people that have certain things that you haven't accomplished yet that you still want to do?
There's a big thing I'm going to do. 9 years ago, I was given $100 in gift cards to a restaurant in Fairview Heights.
Really?
And I'm disgusted by Illinois. I never even dipped my toe in over there. They got Jabba the Hutt or whatever running it, and I'm just too scared. I saw Star Wars. I don't want to be attacked by him. And I'm going to try. I'm going to try it. I got $100 to this place called Mungo's.
Oh, they went out of business.
That's a funny...
They're long gone. They're long.
Dang.
You said 9 years ago. No, that's long gone. And I think some of these gift cards, I know you keep them for a long time. After a while, they're like, nah, I can't take that. That's from like last week.
That happened to me with these strip club coupons. They give them to you, and they say free entry at any strip club in Sauget.
Right.
And when you go there, it smells like burnt metal, and they say, oh, no, this was last month's coupon. You got to pay $20 to get in. And I'm already in Illinois. That's why I don't like going to Illinois, because they trick you.
Exactly. They're full of trickery because, like you said, Jabba the Hutt, Pritzker is like in charge of the place, and he's the one, by the way, that's calling for all this uproar. Did you hear about that? I mean, he wants like not a revolution. It sounds like we had like the insurrection. What did they call the dang thing on January 6th that never really mattered? I mean, it sounds like he wants to do an insurrection.
I got in trouble for saying insurrection. You
can't
say insurrection on this station. You have to say protest.
Protest?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, insurrection implies, planned violence, I think, and I said that in a news report once,
right.
And Big Boss Jeff, he got on my case immediately.
Did he really?
I offended the P1 listeners. Those are people who listen first priority when they wake up.
Really?
First priority when they wake up, they turn on News Talk STL, and if you say insurrection, they turn it off, and I'm going to have to bleep this.
You're going to have to bleep the whole dang thing?
I don't feel like bleeping. It's going to be in. Just imagine the bleeps.
Liz, can we say some other things for you to bleep? I mean, maybe if you feel like bleeping, because you got to use a button for that, and I got to tell you, that's something that woman that was supposed to do the tornado sirens couldn't have done.
She doesn't know how hard it is for me to keep my finger on the button when I'm working with these Tim Jones and Chris Arps guys.
Well, yeah, well, even now.
Vic actually cussed on the air yesterday.
Did he really?
He was goaded, choded, whatever the word is, by Ken. Ken Williams said F-A-F-O. He said that. He's like, F-A-F-O. And then Vic deciphered it, and he said, F around and find out. But he said the bad word.
That darn Vic.
Live on the air.
Really?
And Ken had to push the delay button.
Well, at least he knew how to do it.
What's helpful about the delay button, you love this, it actually has icons on it that look exactly like the swear words in the cartoons.
Yeah.
It's got the exclamation point and the ampersand and the number pound sign. So when you see that, I think of Todd Showalter immediately.
Well, that's right, because they don't want me on live anymore.
I call it the honorary Memorial Todd button. I know you're not dead yet.
And I still don't. I mean, I guess in the past I said a lot of dirty words, but I don't really remember it because that's just part of my life and my vocabulary. But yeah, that's one of the reasons this show is taped, because apparently everybody's worried, flummoxed, that we're going to say a bad word live.
You did get caught saying a bad word, but you were talking about a thing.
I was talking about
about the pea hats that these liberals wear at their protests. You said pea hat, but you said the longer version of it. I don't think you should have been censored at all.
I don't think so.
We had a chick working here, Katie Fitzpatrick, and she was real touchy about that.
Yeah, she was real touchy. She thought she was going to lose her job. And she said,
now she's gone.
You know why? Because I mentioned that thing. I don't even know if I can say this one. She got all upset because Snoop Dogg had some new wine that was coming out called it ends with nizzle.
He says those words that end with izzle, and he's the only gang member drug dealer that I know that hangs out on the award shows with Martha Stewart.
Exactly.
He literally does crip dances at the Super Bowl. It's crazy that he gets away with that.
Why is he so popular? I don't understand. What is it with this guy?
People like to feel dangerous. Like when you wore Oakland Raiders gear back in the 90s, you were kind of in a gang.
Yeah, right.
But you weren't. You were just 12 years old.
I don't think if you're hanging out with
NWA
Martha
was cool.
Stewart, if you're Martha Stewart, if that's your bro, I mean, I don't think that's making you look very tough.
She's done more time than I have.
Why don't you lay down in the corner? I'm really starting to worry about you. I tell you what, I'm going to introduce who's going to be on the show today. You take a little snooze, and I'll wake you up when it's time to push a button. Unless a tornado comes in, then you can push 2 buttons.
Who's got the button?
Who's got the button?
The
push
button?
the button. Oh, I missed that day when we were studying how to push the button. Unbelievable. In the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter along with my sick birthday buddy, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, political party shaker-upper Dave Robertson. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who likes President Trump so much, he legally changed his middle name from David just so his initials would no longer spell out TDS. Todd Showalter.
TDS, it's a horrible, horrible terminal disease.
Now we're back. I'm Todd Showalter along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. It's his big birthday weekend. And now sitting next to my left is a man that we helped get his start into politics. And we're going to, I tell you what, we're going to take all the credit for it because you started off, as we said before, you were the St. Louis Paul Revere. Joey and I forced you into the political limelight. You took that carrot and ran with it, and now you're running for office. We got Dave Robertson. What is happening in your life?
Not too much. Well, actually,
I know. Well, let's just move along now.
Yeah, there you go.
Is going on.
He's so modest. No. We know he's
I'm
doing
modest. A lot's going on.
We look at his social media.
Well,
we know.
You switched because you were running for state senate, and now you're going to run for for legislature. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about that little story.
Yeah. So we launched for state senate back in early February, and our goal was to primary a sitting state senator, Mary Elizabeth Coleman.
Right.
And I've talked about that before. She did some really egregious things.
She did.
3 names, that means serial killer. I'm just putting it out there.
Right.
If you have Mary Elizabeth Coleman, she may have been a serial killer.
It's his birthday, so he's going to jump in anytime, even if it is random stuff.
I would love to comment at that statement,
popcorn.
but I think I should
like
stay
it.
away
It
from
has pop and corn in it.
No,
so
she's got like 7 kids. You got to take a life.
I got to be really careful there.
It's like Final Destination.
That's okay. Okay, so tell us. You were going to go ahead, tell your story.
Yeah. So the story is we were set to primary her, and we got into that race. I was the only other candidate, and we started confronting her we had the receipts for what she had done. To summer, I won't get into details because I've talked about before, but she sabotaged her own initiative petition reform bill, which we believe led to Amendment 3 passing, which legalized abortion. So we had the receipts for what she had done, and we were confronting her at various public events, making her life uncomfortable. Also, I was sharing a lot of info on the Facebook posts you guys look at.
Right, yeah.
And the word got out, and then she dropped out of the race about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And which is, I think that's big news for a standing state senator to just up and not run for re-election.
We covered it here. That's huge news.
Well, she went and bought a mansion or something in the Central West End. Now,
she bought a $1.9 million mansion in the Central West End and sold her house in Jefferson County right around that time that the IP reform bill, she tanked it. So that's kind of, that's an interesting coincidence.
She may have caused the tornado with this.
She might have caused the tornado sirens not to go off.
The Central West End is gone now.
And she didn't push the button.
Maybe. It's all coming together.
It would be poetic justice if the tornado took out the house, but I don't know if it did.
Yeah, no, so we're just hypothetically saying that.
Hypothetically.
She said, so she has a place in Jefferson County, and then I don't know what her house went for, but then she drops out after she kills her own bill, and then she buys a $1.9 million home in. That doesn't really smell right.
Doesn't look so good from the outside. I don't know exactly what happened there, but it does not have a good look.
Well, you kind of get the point. Yeah. Anyway, you were going to take her spot, but then you decided you changed your mind because your buddy came in and you decided Bill Eigel, right?
So what?
Tell the story.
I'll share the story. So there's 3 reasons we dropped down to the House race from the Senate race, and I would say there's 3 reasons. The biggest reason is there's another gentleman who's just as conservative as I am who worked for the Eigel campaign as well.
Okay.
And we had been in communication with him, and we weren't sure whether he was going to run. He's in that district.
Okay.
As time went on, it looked like he was more and more sure he would run, and we didn't want to have 2 Bill Eigel conservatives running because then it would split the conservative vote and allow establishment candidate to win.
Sure.
So it was kind of a strategic thing.
Yeah.
And so we decided, hey, this guy's gonna run for Senate. And by the way, his announcement should be, I can't say his name right now until he announces, but it should be very soon. I talked to him recently, and he said he's sure he's coming in this week or next.
Okay.
So that'll happen soon. A couple other issues were, because when Mary Elizabeth Coleman left the race due to what we were doing,
right,
my House rep Dave Castile entered the Senate race, which then left an open house seat in my district.
Oh,
so that was pretty appealing. There's an open house seat now.
It's like chess pieces moving
so
around.
It's like
here.
chess pieces.
So if Mike Keogh decides to move to the Central West End, will you just like start running for his
I might do that. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Mike Keogh seems like a guy we could defeat. You know, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I've heard he's doing some good things in Jeff City. I did not support him for governor.
I got you.
But yeah, that was so. There's an open house seat where I am, and then the third reason was, it's a lot of money to raise for a Senate race, especially for someone who hasn't held office. It's a $500,000 price tag.
Right.
And
Well, Mary
Elizabeth
Coleman may be able to lend you some cash.
Yeah, I could go to her because she apparently is flush in cash after this.
Yeah.
What happened a year ago? There you go. That's a good idea.
Well, that's what I do. I'm an idea.
I could convince her to sell her house and maybe move to a little bungalow down in Florida.
Joey and I'll put the word out, and she'll do it in a heartbeat.
I do appreciate it, especially if they've got some position for her down there.
Yeah, we have a lot of pull.
I know you guys do. I appreciate it. I'll give you guys a cut.
Okay, you'll give us a cut. He is a politician.
That's how things. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know if that's
won't
payola.
It's a joke.
I've always been jealous of other DJs that got that.
Well, why not? Why not us?
So
are we DJs? Are we spinning records?
We got some big old discs to spin, yes.
Okay, back to the story at hand. Anyway, so you are now running for, go ahead, and you've got for legislature.
Yeah.
But you have a big event coming up, right?
We do. We have our official campaign launch is taking place Saturday, June 28th. At 6 p.m. It's going to be in my district in High Ridge. We've got a golf course there, the Sugar Creek Golf Course.
Dwayne, he's a good friend of mine.
Dwayne's being very generous in providing a venue for that.
Okay.
And if people want to, I have a flyer if they want to RSVP. Actually, I don't have the info in front of me, or I can look it up. But we've got an RSVP. If
we'll
people
put it in
come.
the show notes. It'll be in there.
It'll be there.
Cool.
Now, are you going to be there?
Oh, I'll be there.
I know. I've kind of figured he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a swinger. I'll be there too.
You're a swinger. What's this all about? Are you taking your cold medicine? What is this?
The golf course.
Oh, swinger. Okay, never mind. He's all over the board.
Well,
So am I.
I thought of a joke that Mary Elizabeth Coleman, this IP reform bill that she was sponsoring, she didn't show up for the rally in Jefferson City for the bill.
Right.
I'm not going to focus anymore on her. She's out of the race.
She's gone now.
She's gone.
And
I'm
so
just
is her
saying,
house, apparently.
People not showing up to their own events. Apparently, there's a tradition of that. But
this opened the door for you. Now, not only that, now seriously, I don't want to make too big of a deal of it, but I will. So we really were the catalyst for
you
this
guys.
whole,
I wanted to thank you guys for that, and especially going way back when I was still the Paul Revere guy.
You are the Paul Revere,
and I was still in that world, not running for office.
Right.
You guys had me regularly on your show, and that was the only radio show I'd done. And now I've done a number of them, but you guys got me started in that. I appreciate it.
Exactly. I'm just wondering, so if we had pushed you maybe say, hey, we pushed you to be maybe a zookeeper or something like that, do you think right now you'd be running for zookeeper? Was it just us that pushed you in this direction, or could we have pushed you in any type of occupational field?
No offense, I don't think you guys could have pushed me in any direction. I think it was you were pushing me, and I was pushing myself in a political. I want to serve, and I'm doing this really. And people ask me, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And really, I feel like it's a pure motive. I love this country and I love this state, and I'm sick and tired of seeing it being destroyed in front of our faces for lack of understanding of the constitutional system of government had, or for lack of morality. Or state senators, whoever our representative might be, selling out the interests of Missourians to special interests and lobbyists. And you can see it going on. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Oh, I know.
And I got so sick and tired of just sitting and watching this, saying, how do we allow this to happen? So I decided, hey, I should run for office and do my part.
Well, I would just say get rid of the lobbyist. I would say, look, no. That's obviously the problem. You got people being paid off, and or either say we've said it on other shows that you're terming out, so we'll give you a big job, if you'll just go along with us on this. And so you've got all this pressure. Just get rid of the pressure. Just say you're not allowed. It's against the law to take money to do any of this. Get rid of them. And then you're not going to have that pressure to do it.
It's a crazy system because if you think about it, we elect these representatives. Who do they represent? Right. They represent you and I. They represent the citizens of Missouri and the citizens of your particular district.
Exactly.
They're not representing lobbyists.
No.
I'm not saying that I'm not open to if there's a corporate interest and someone wants to explain to me how it benefits Missouri, I'm open to that. But it's a crazy system we have, and our reps go up there and they can become controlled by these lobbyists, and I think they they also get compromised information and stuff, and so they're serving them and not the citizens of the state. And then people wonder, how do we have Republican supermajorities? We have a red state, which I love,
right?
And the people are red, the people are conservative, and yet we can't seem to get the most basic conservative. And we do get some conservative legislation done, like this HCR 73, but in general, it's hard to get conservative legislation passed. And why is that with Republican supermajorities? It's because when they go to Jefferson City, they're not serving the interests of the citizens of the state. They're serving the interests of the people who pay their reelection campaigns, many of them. And there are many good reps, too.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people go into it, I'm sorry to say it, but I think there are people that go into it with that intent.
I agree.
And you can't do that. All right, I tell you what, we're going to go to Chrissy Mayr out in New York here in just a second. You want to stick around for a little bit?
Sure, you bet.
Okay, well, when we come back, we will be talking to Chrissy Mayr, our favorite female comedian, along with Joey. You feeling better over there?
I'm feeling great.
Okay, thank you.
Alec Baldwin has possessed my body. I like it.
God.
I'm going to shoot somebody.
You're not going to strangle me or something.
Not
right?
today, Lemon.
No, right.
I was just watching that movie, The Edge. I watched it twice recently. It has Alec Baldwin in it. It's a great. Anyway, I was thinking about him.
He's got that evil look in his eye right now. So we'll find out about that, whether Joey kills me, and more when we come back. In the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy Joey B. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, we go on tour with comedian Chrissy Mayr. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who loves his wife so much that at the Memorial Day cookout, he made ribs for her pleasure. Todd Showalter.
And we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy Joey V. And on the line now is, I keep saying it, my favorite. I haven't talked to her in a while, so I'm so glad she's on the line. Chrissy Mayr, how are you, my friend? And also, how is baby Frank?
Wow, bestest buddy, you must really not have any friends.
Oh, you're going to make me go down this road. Actually, it was Joey. Joey's my other bestest buddy, and he says, I don't want to be your bestest buddy anymore. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. Chrissy's coming on. So, yeah, it's down to you, but, I pick, I'm quality over quantity.
Yes. Me and your Canadian girlfriend.
Hey, I'm talking about, eh?
What you talking about?
Talking about, exactly. Yeah. What's going on? I mean, you're going back on tour, which is fantastic. Now, Joey had a great idea about taking baby Frank with you on tour. Joey's sick, but can you explain your idea, Joey?
Yeah, we've always got the pack and play in the back, so put the kid in the pack and play playpen on stage, and people can throw coins from the audience and get it into the pin.
I don't know. It's an idea. I mean,
Look, we're not Jewish. We're not going to do that.
Oh, okay. Joey, yeah, they're not. She's not Jewish.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
What the heck? Okay, I don't know what he was thinking. He's on a lot of cold medicine. But hey, back to you. What's going on in your life?
Let's do the same idea, but with $20 bills. We've got a plan.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, it is good. I may try that right now.
I just went too low. Okay, still a great idea. Thanks.
Yeah, you got to think big. I mean, think big or go home. Well, what? Tell us about the tour. I mean, you're back out on the road. Is that to get away from baby Frank and everything? Or
no, I could never. Well, I don't think I could bring him with me because he's terrible at setting up the merch table. He can't hand out flyers. He can't even get me a drink from the bar. So what good is he?
Yeah, you're right. Well, that's kids in general. I mean, that may be his whole life. I mean, he may aspire to something, and I'm sure he will eventually. But yeah, I mean, just get used to that, my friend.
There's got to be a St. Bernard setup where you have the liquor around his neck and he can just crawl up to you.
That's an idea.
Oh, that's a great idea. Just have a little barrel of White Claw around his neck that I can just puncture and when I need it. It's a great idea.
Oh, can you imagine that for your next Christmas card photo? Because your last one that you sent, I still have your Christmas card photo, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. What I did, I framed it, and I tell everybody this is my family. And they said, why aren't you in it? I said, I don't know. I was taking the picture. I tell you, how is the family?
They're good. I'm hoping that getting back on the road, moving around more is going to help me lose the baby weight because ever since I gave birth, they said, oh, don't worry. You're breastfeeding? Oh, the weight's going to come right off. It'll come right off. And now it's a year later. The weight hasn't come off. I'm like, how many people do I have to breastfeed? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to have to start giving out shots to the front row.
That's an idea. Hey, I mean, that could be part of the show. That's a wonderful idea. Yeah. Well,
the White Russian.
I like that. Is that you ought to put that? Advertise that, promote that. I know a lot of people that would show up just for that. Wow.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to just. Yeah, I'll sell my breakfast on the black market or something.
Yeah.
But I've tried everything. I have an app that like just inputs all the food I'm eating. So I have to. What I do is I just don't input the delicious food that I'm eating, and the app thinks I'm doing great.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, what do you say? Some mom bods can be hot. Don't you know that?
I think dad bods are more accepted in society than mom bods.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really want the front row to be looking at my fupa. I gotta get back into shape. I have cartons and cartons of clothes that don't fit me anymore. So I gotta get something going here.
You and me both.
Yeah, I tell you, we got politician Dave with us here. He's running for office, so he's sitting in with us. So he wants to get in on the conversation too. Maybe do you have any political tips for Chrissy?
Ooh, well, let's see. Do you have a sex tape?
Do you have a sex? He's got a great. That's a great point, Chrissy. If you had a sex tape, that would, because he's talking about raising cash to run for office, and he's talking about how difficult it is. Everybody would know you with a sex tape.
I think I'll pass on that one.
Well, I think it's a wonderful idea. Speaking of Missouri, though, when in the heck? I ask you every time. When are you going to get to St. Louis?
I have to. I've got a bunch of other dates: Long Island, Ohio, San Diego, Plano, Texas. I'll be in Phoenix. Gosh, I got to do. What are the good clubs over there?
Well, they're all on the east side, and I don't think you'd really want to go there. No, there's like the Funny Bone here and stuff like that. I've actually done the Funny Bone. They let me do it, so I mean that means you could probably headline. Hey, I'll open for you. How's that sound?
What were you doing there? Cleaning up drinks and such?
Well, I did that after nobody was laughing, but that's you promised.
You're like, I'm going to bust the table.
Yeah, I did too. I do. Actually, I do that wherever I go. I mean, whenever I see something better on somebody else's table, I just go over and take it, say I'm the busboy, and then I go on my way.
I'll be sure not to invite you to my launch event.
Yeah. Well, Chrissy, I don't know if you heard, but we had a major tornado here in St. Louis. So, I mean, you could come over here. It would be an outdoor concert because all the buildings blow away. I could probably set it up for you this weekend.
Whoa, yes. And maybe my tour catchphrase could be like, come see Chrissy Mayr. She'll blow harder than the tornado or something. I don't know. I got to get some male audience members up.
Oh, I tell you what, I could take care of that for you. I mean, just being on this show will do that. Well, give us a few more nuggets about what's going on with baby Frank. What is the biggest surprise that's come with motherhood so far?
Oh my gosh. Well, just how it's pretty much nonstop. It's pretty much like another full-time job, but he's so cute. He's the best. Yeah. He's 13 months old right now. He's not walking yet, but like that's fine because I'm pretty sure you'll be walking for the rest of your life. No rush.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
You gotta shut the doors. You gotta hide all of your vibrators. You have to. Really, I basically retired the vibrators. I don't think I'm ever going to have time again to myself.
No, yeah. Well, you probably won't. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's serious. Well, speaking of that, I mean, what's your husband? I forgot his name, but is he helping out at all?
Frank, yes. Yeah, he works full time. He's great with the baby.
Okay.
He is awesome. Yeah.
All right.
But we don't have time for adult time because we co-sleep with the baby.
Right.
We just never sleep trained him, so we're all together in the bed like a bunch of Neanderthals. And,
yeah.
It's ruined my intimate time, but that's fine.
Oh, that's all gone. No, that's all gone. That's just the thing. I've said it before. I mean, getting married and stuff like that, it's no big deal. I mean, your life just goes on. You have a kid, everything's over. Everything changes overnight. I mean,
I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah. I have not had sex since 1994. I mean, it's great. 94, and it's amazing. I forgot. I mean, I was going to study for the priesthood just for the heck of it, but I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah.
Maybe just keep it. Everything was better in the 90s, so right. I'm sure your memory of sex is better than whatever it would be now. You gotta get out there though, Todd. You gotta
Well, yeah.
Just find someone.
No,
do like a.
Well, I have a
your
wife.
50th caller.
I have my wife, and you know, she says no. Just you can wait another decade. Yeah, no.
Oh no!
I'm kidding you. I'm joking. Well, hey, as far as everything else, I mean, you've got the tour coming up. Do you have any of some of my favorite stories that you have are your airline stories? Have you had any good airline stories?
Oh no, I haven't flown anywhere too recently. The last time I flew was to Indiana in March, and I got in trouble with the African American community because I took a picture of the cockpit and I said, "Oh, if I don't make it to Indiana, blame DEI," because there was a black pilot in the cockpit sitting in like the co-pilot seat. And boy, 6 straight weeks of "you racist, you're a horrible person."
Yeah.
I mean, like I didn't invent DEI.
No,
you know the thing about DEI.
You know?
DEI is what's racist. I mean,
Right.
selecting
Exactly.
people based on skin color, whatever skin color it is, DEI is as racist as Jim Crow laws.
Exactly. Why did we need DEI in the first place if everybody who has the job is qualified? And they said, "Oh, women are part of DEI too." I said, "Yes, I know."
Well, that's why we have Dave here. He's running for office. He's going to put an end to all that, along with Donald Trump. I was talking earlier in the show. It's funny that they're all after you because of that. Because I'm either called there's 3 words. You're either a racist, a Nazi, or a white supremacist, and it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, you can make a joke about the clouds in the sky. Oh, you're a Nazi. I mean. Oh, do you get that? I mean, do you get that? These.
Oh yes.
Okay.
You can't talk about the color of the clouds, Todd, because then people are going to think you're a white supremacist.
That's what it is. That's what it is. No, I was joking earlier. I did a cartoon earlier this week. It was like a Bruce Springsteen thing. You're a white supremacist. What does that have to do with a white supremacist? I mean, it's all over the board. So I bet you got a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun rather for your airline jokes.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to. When's my next flight? Probably not till I go to Ohio. Yeah, probably not till September.
Okay.
So I'm very excited. Very, very excited about getting back on a flight. Very excited for a white pilot. It's going to be good. Did you hear about Joe Biden recently that he has? He has very sudden cancer that definitely nobody knew about prior to Friday.
Well, I was talking about sex in '94. I think that they were saying the last time he had a blood test was 2014. I mean, that sounds a little. I mean, they stick me for blood every time I go in for a head cold. I mean, I have a hard time believing that.
If I was an 80-year-old president of the United States, or even in your 70s, I would say every day someone's got to check my prostate. I'd be like.
Yeah,
I would be like, put a finger in there. You can afford all the best doctors and people. I'd be showing everybody. I'd be like, yo, check this out. I'd be putting my nuts on the photocopier. So they found a nodule, and did you hear, Todd, that the nodule that they found in his prostate is actually going to run for president in 2028.
It would do a better job.
Yeah.
Oh, and
that's the Democrats' best pick.
Anyone watching the main CNN or MSNBC who thinks they're actually getting news has to have their head checked.
No, it's ridiculous. It's like watching professional wrestling. You can watch it for entertainment, but it's not real. I mean, it's just kind of crazy.
It is crazy. Their whole plan, they were going to do weekend at Biden's until he died, and then Kamala was going to replace him.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. He could have dropped dead live on TV, and leftist media would still call it a gaffe. They'd be like, oh, it's one of Biden's gaffes.
And they would have propped him up, and Jill would have said, oh, you finished the sentence. Yeah, like the debate. Well, before I let you go.
What came out in the Her tapes, what came out, I found most interesting was Biden's favorite underwear. Do you know what kind of underwear is his favorite?
Oh, gosh. No, what?
It depends.
I get it. And that's probably true, too. It is probably. And with my prostate joke, I always say, like, when I went in to have my prostate checked, I asked the doctor where to put my pants, and he said over there in the corner by mine. That's an old joke, but I wonder if that happened to Joe.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a clip of Nancy Pelosi trying to remember when everybody was saying, he's sharp as a tack, and everyone had the same talking points. There was a clip of Nancy Pelosi, I swear, she was just naming the five senses. She kept saying, "Oh, he has vision. He's got vision and sight and boy, he still has
walk.
a sense of he can
No, he
touch
can't walk.
and he has a sense of taste. So he can stand up. He can keep his pants on. Oh boy, that's not at all.
That's presidential material, isn't it? Yeah, that's what we need in a president. So, how's the podcast going? Because you've got that. I mean, that's really rocking as well. I mean, you are, every time I'm on social media, I mean, you're always there. I mean, so what? I mean, you've got all that going. I mean, anything new in that arena?
Yeah, the podcast is rocking. I was actually on Drew Pinsky, Dr. Drew's podcast yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And then, I have new interviews out every week, and then every Sunday, my panel show Simpcast is on my YouTube channel, and that's usually a different panel of women. Sometimes we talk about fluffy topics, but sometimes we talk about serious news topics. So it's something for everybody. And then, of course, every Friday I'm on Friday Night Tights, which is we talk about culture and nerd stuff, and that's 4:00 Eastern on Nerdrotic's YouTube channel.
Okay, all right. Well, I was going to ask you. I mean, so if people want to check you out and they can't see in St. Louis because we have bullets and tornadoes, what is the? I don't know which one is worse. Actually, just have bullets with the tornadoes. I mean, what's the best way people can get a hold of you? Well, not get a hold of you. How can they see like online?
Get a hold of me. Yes, just wait outside my house for me. I'll come out.
I did that, and you gave me the restraining order. I mean, if you remember. Yeah.
My website is ChrissyMayr.com, ChrissiMayr for tickets. And then follow me on Twitter at Chrissy Mayr. And I guess I'm not really much on Instagram these days.
Well, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're the best. I always look forward to having you on, and I can't wait to have you back. If you want to come back, tomorrow or next week, you're more than welcome to. In fact, you could just come on in and sit in studio with us next week. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
You got to get to St. Louis first, though. We're probably going to have a tornado.
Yes. I have to book something.
All right. Well, I got the spare room ready for you when you're on your way, and baby Frank, maybe I think. Well, I don't have any baby food, but I think I've got something we could probably get, maybe a ham sandwich or something. What do you say?
Oh, that's perfect.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, my friend. I can't wait till the next time, and you have a great tour, and keep us posted, okay?
Thanks, Ty. We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, it's Chrissy Mayr. I mean, she's always fun to have on. She's a busy woman. She's like a comedian, and so she's like, she's on the road a lot, but she's had her first child, and so she's getting used to that adaptable. I mean, do you have kids?
I don't.
Okay, and Joey, you don't have kids?
No, one cat though.
You have one cat. Well, that's kind of the same, really.
Same thing.
Yeah, but like I've got two kids, and they're great. And the thing is, but your life, it changes. It just changes. I mean, all of a sudden, you're doing a lot of stuff that you used to do.
Yeah, the neighbor across the street from us just built a catio, which is kind of like a chicken coop with a window that goes from inside the house to outside the house. And I'm thinking they probably put their kid in there sometimes too, and the kid just won't shut up. But we need a catio. Yeah. I'm jealous.
Well, why don't you get one?
Well,
it's your birthday weekend.
These cats are so tricky. He'll find a way to get out of there and murder some rabbits.
Oh, that could be fun. Well, actually, kids do that too. Oh. And then they go to juvie, and there's called Juvenile Detention Center. And then if they don't get their act together, they go to jail later on, and then they run for Congress. No,
they ruin your name.
Right.
Yeah. Your three-named kid just gets out there and becomes a serial killer.
Hey, before we break away, Dave, why don't you give us your website so that people can get a hold of you, donate money, cash, so to speak, and make sure that you're the guy in office when it comes time.
That sounds good. So we have our website is www.robertson for Missouri. That's ROBERTSON 4 spelled out, Missouri spelled out.com, and people can go there and donate. Also, if someone wants to write a check, we have a P.O. Box.
Okay.
That's P.O. Box 179, High Ridge, Missouri, 63049. That's Robertson from Missouri as well. So we've got a website. We have a business Facebook page and also a personal Facebook page and a Twitter page as well.
You're all over the place.
We're all over the place with social media.
And you're starting early, too.
We're starting early.
I mean, I see you out there. Because the election's, 2 years away?
It's not quite 2 years. It's about 14 months now, 15 months. But I'm glad we started early just because the fundraising gives us more time to raise the money and get our name out there and stuff. So I know it seems early to people, but you really do need to start early.
You got to get it out there. The first out the door. That's all about that branding.
That's important, too. When you're first out the door, kind of like right right now. We don't have an opponent, so who knows? Someone may enter the race, but it sort of discourages other people if you can. Good. I'm glad we're not going to run against each other.
No, and great call on the social media, keeping it open-ended. Robertson for Missouri. You could change whatever political thing you're running for.
Anything. It's like vote Todd.
We were intending to run for Senate, but we did, in thinking of that name a lot, like Justin Sparks is Sparks from Missouri, so people have names that if later they want to run for a different office, they don't need to go through and change that paperwork.
So did you try to get Sparks from Missouri but that wasn't your name?
Yeah, no. Well, Justin's speaking at our campaign launch event.
Right.
I look up to Justin. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's on
great flannel shirts too.
Yeah, he's on the.
Yeah, he does have good flannel shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I hate to make you sing for your money, but you mentioned what a great singer you are. So why don't
I have to have a song to sing?
Okay, well, Joey, do we have anything?
You guys got to give me a
Mitch,
song.
can we have Mitch something in the key of G?
Nothing recent, but I don't know.
Is there something?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
This is good. I loved it. We don't have to pay
is that
royalties
it?
on that.
I think that's it. It's not all the lyrics.
Yeah, that works. Okay. That's good. Okay.
I don't know if you guys want me
Mitch, did you get that? Mitch is shaking his left butt cheek at me. I think he means yes. Okay, good. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, well, we'll use that.
I'll put some reverb on that, too.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be really good. Wait, so anyway, you did have a good time today, right, Joey?
I had the best time.
You had a great time, too,
I
Dave?
did.
You know what I always say, don't you? If you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all. Till next time, next week, or whenever they let us back in the air, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. Dave Robertson in the house with us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. To find out about all things Todd, go to toddsprod.com. We will see you next Saturday night at 5 p.m. and Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. right here on 101.9, 94.1 News Talk STL, and always streaming online at newstalkstl.com.